Yeah, so I would like to continue with the philosophy of humanitarianism. You see, from the word humanitarianism, it's easy to, we have explained that it has to do with, the rendering selfless services. It has to do with certain elements which depict that one is actually not created for himself. You are created for other humans. So now let's look at it philosophically. Philosophically speaking, and even, do I say, etymologically too. Man is human to his fellow man, is God rather to his fellow man. Service to man is service to God. And you cannot see God, or you can see a fellow human being. So as long as you can see a fellow human being, it is that your fellow human being that is the God you are seeing. So if you cannot treat your fellow human being right, if you cannot support your fellow human being, is it God that you can support? And now, humanitarianism also teaches us that we should put service above self, not self above service. And that also reminds me of what the scripture says, he that loses his life will find it. And then it also correlates with the words of Mahatma Gandhi, who said that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. So you can see now that all that humanitarianism teaches us is to soak ourselves in the service of others, helping people. It's not about going to church alone. When people come to tell me the best way to serve God is to go to church and pray and all of that. And then after going to church, then you come back and your fellow human being, your neighbor, you have not extended any gesture, any generosity, any support. You see that your neighbor's child who do not have money to pay school fees, who is unable to go to school because his or her parents are unable to afford school fees to go to school. And you are looking at that child, not supporting that child to go to school. You have not served God. And you have the resources, you have the means. You have not served God. So the best way to serve God is by investing in that your fellow human being, in that poor child who is unable to go to school. Because I tell you something, now if you cannot support that poor child to go to school, tomorrow that poor child may follow the wrong ways of life, and at the end of the day may begin to constitute nuisance and start threatening your own security. If it is not about your own safety and security, it's about the safety and security of your loved ones. Now, if that child was supported to actually have a better opportunity of going to school, be enlightened, and be educated, that child will also support you tomorrow, can solve a problem in the society, can solve a problem in the community. So that's why humanitarianism is actually large. Because one aspect of activity or action taken in the concept of humanitarianism can affect the welfare of the entire society, or action ignored, services ignored, will in turn affect you negatively because you have ignored what you are supposed to actually do. And again, I would like to look at certain areas as it affects humanitarianism. We'll talk about those who are involved in this work. What do we call them? The humanitarianism, if we want to say etymologically defining it, it has to do with a process of rendering support services in order to alleviate human suffering. That's the definition. Etymologically, that's the definition. Now, it's a process of supporting, or rendering support services in order to alleviate human suffering. So now, who renders these support services? What's this person called? Humanitarian. So a person who renders these support services selflessly in order to alleviate human sufferings is called a humanitarian. So, but when we want to talk about breaking it into further, we have professional humanitarians, we have the freelance or casual humanitarians. So that's why it's important that, yes, I know that humanitarianism, or those who are involved in humanitarian work, the people we can refer to as humanitarians, are people who render support services, but of course, they are doing so, they may be doing so based on passion, based on the fact that they are moved to render such support services. But beyond that passion, there is an aspect of humanitarianism that is called professionalism. So there are people who are humanitarians, but they are professional humanitarians. So which means technically they are sound as technical humanitarians. So who are those class of people? These are people who have been trained, certified, received the requisite knowledge, capacity, and intellectual competence to carry out humanitarian intervention. I want to give you an instance. Okay, you are moving on the road, for instance, you are traveling, and then a road accident occurs, and then everybody disembarks on the vehicle. Now, you are going to see a lot of people who would want to, who want to take certain actions or inactions. Now, you find some people who will carry their phones simply to video, to snap the accident scene, and start posting on YouTube, start posting on Facebook, start posting on Instagram, and all what have you. Now, those people, what would you call them? They are not the pure professional humanitarians. These are people who are just doing freelance humanitarian work. What they have just done, in fact, we cannot even describe such people as humanitarians, because what they have just done is they are just watching the situations, taking videos and posting it. Have they solved any problem? No. They have actually not solved any problem. Well, at this juncture, I want to plead with you to please follow me, follow my page, follow my channel. You can share, you can like, you can comment. Don't also forget to on your notification so that you will always get updates. And of course, until I come your way again, do not forget, I am your humanitarian professor. I will guide you on this journey of greatness through humanitarianism. God bless you until I see you again.